Second module, pumps, classification of pumps, pumping theory of positive displacement pumps, construction and working of gear pumps, vane pumps, piston pumps, fixed and variable displacement pumps, pump performance characteristics, pump selection factors, and problems on pumps. Pumps. A pump, which is the heart of hydraulic system, converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. The mechanical energy is delivered to the pump using a prime mover such as an electric motor. Due to the mechanical action, the pump creates a partial vacuum at its inlet. This permits atmospheric pressure to force the fluid through the inlet line and into the pump. The pump then pushes the fluid into the hydraulic system. Classification of pumps. Pumps are broadly classified into two types. First one, dynamic or non-positive displacement pumps. Second one, positive displacement pumps. Dynamic or non-positive displacement pumps. This type is generally used for low pressure, high volume flow applications. Because they are not able or not capable of withstanding high pressures, they are of little use in the fluid power field. Normally, their maximum pressure capacity is limited to 250 to 300 psi pounds per square inch. This type of pump is primarily used for transporting fluids from one location to another. The two most common types of dynamic pumps are the centrifugal and axial flow propeller pumps. Positive displacement pumps. This type is universally used for fluid power systems. As the name implies, a positive displacement pump ejects a fixed amount of fluid into the hydraulic system per revolution of pump shaft rotation. Such a pump is capable of overcoming the pressure resulting from the mechanical loads on the system as well as the resistance to flow due to friction. Positive displacement pumps are further classified into: first one, fixed displacement pumps. It is the one in which the amount of fluid ejected per revolution displacement cannot be varied. Second one, variable displacement pumps. In this type of pumps, the displacement can be varied by changing the physical relationships of various pump elements. This change in pump displacement produces a change in pump flow output even though pump speed remains constant. The advantages of positive displacement pumps over non-positive displacement pumps are as follows. They can operate at very high pressures of up to 800 bar, use it for lifting oils from very deep oil wells. They can achieve a high volumetric efficiency of up to 98%. They are highly efficient and almost constant throughout the designed pressure range. They are a compact unit having a high power to weight ratio. They can obtain a smooth and precisely controlled motion. By proper application and control, they produce only the amount of fluid flow required to move the load at a desired velocity. They have a greater flexibility of performance. They can be made to operate over a wide range of pressures and speeds. Pumping theory of positive displacement pumps. Pumps operate on the principle whereby a partial vacuum is created at the pump inlet due to the internal operation of the pump. This allows atmospheric pressure to push the fluid out of oil tank, reservoir and into the pump intake. The pump then mechanically pushes the fluid out of the discharge line. This action can be best described by reference to a simple piston pump shown in figure. The two diagrams indicating the piston pumps at suction stroke and at delivery stroke. A piston and a rod cylinder arrangement, and the piston is moving outward, that is the suction stroke, and when the rod is moving inward, that is the delivery stroke. Two ports are there, inlet and outlet. In suction stroke, low pressure is developed, and in delivery stroke, high pressure is developed. In suction stroke, outlet valve is closed, whereas in delivery stroke, outlet valve is open. First one, as the piston moves to the left, a partial vacuum is created in the pump chamber that holds the outlet valve in place against its seat and induces flow from the reservoir that is at a higher atmospheric pressure. As this flow is produced, the inlet wall is temporarily displaced by the force of fluid, permitting the flow into the pump chamber. Suction stroke. Second one, when the piston moves to the right, the resistance at the walls causes an immediate increase in the pressure that forces the inlet wall against its seat and opens the outlet wall, thereby permitting the fluid to flow into the system. If the outlet port opens directly to the atmosphere, the only pressure developed is the one required to open the outlet wall. Delivery stroke.